In an ancient time, when a terrible evil threatens the land, only one man can save the world.
Say what? Get out of here.
What? What's the meaning of this?
Oh, we'll just take off that broken record.
I say.
Here, hold my earrings while I take this monster down. I've got your back, darling. We just might burn down this town. Oh no, oh yeah. When you're up against a challenge and you need a helping hand, we've got an arsenal of fireballs, steel stilettos, and a cat. Oh yeah.
Hi, and welcome to Here Hold My Earrings. My name is Al, and I'm your DM today. With me are Henrietta, Yvonne, Laura, Daria, Sophie, and Ida. Henrietta?
Hi, I'm Henriette. I'm from Norway, and I play a Kalashtar druid named Dalin.
Yvonne?
Hi, I'm Yvonne from Canada, and I play Cracker, a half-orc barbarian.
Laura?
Hi, I'm Laura from Germany, and I'm playing Byleth, a tiefling wizard.
Dora? Sorry, that's so confusing. It's still
Dara.
so confusing. Daria. For like 2 years, it's been like, all right. Daria?
Hi, I'm Daria. I'm from Poland and I play a tiefling sorcerer named Zenis.
If you turn into a dragonborn, I'm going to just literally lose my mind. Sophie?
Hi, I'm Sophie. I'm from Wales and I play a human wizard named Charlotte.
And Ida.
Hello, my name is Ida. I'm from Sweden and I play Lilith, a wooden elf cleric.
Wood elf.
Wood elf, yes.
Yeah. Did you say wooden elf?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. New Pinocchio race. Sure, why not? I mean, that's like literally taking it to extremes, right? I mean, why not?
Like
We could do it.
A wood statue, like walking with
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, we can reskin that. There's already a race of automata that, we could warforged. We could just turn it into a wooden version and you're like Pinocchio, right? You don't, the
Sounds
nose
good.
is optional. Yeah. And then it'll be like a constant, sort of point of confusion. So what are you exactly? I'm a wooden elf. You mean a wood elf? No, a wooden elf. Okay, very good. All right, Sophie, would you like to take it away?
Yes, it's a bit long, so bear with me. Okay. So we started off the last session in the throne room of Gondelgrim. There's the king, Lord of Neverember is there. Lord Neverember of Neverwinter is there. There's a ghostly dwarf-looking guy, a vampiric girl, some elves, and some other officious-looking people. We have a banquet / meeting, and we start to discuss all the affairs that are happening in the world. It's reported that Gauntlgrim was doing very well economically until the loss of Megara, the primordial that we released, who the Gauntlgrim was using to power their forges. And now it looks like that the financial year will end in a deficit for the dwarves. The king asks for suggestions on how to mitigate or reverse the economic situation, and he says that it would be helpful if we could use Anissa's Helmet of Brilliance, since it would keep the fires and the forges going for some time. He also considers the possibility of allying with another faction, since in the past Gauntlgrim had worked together with elves and with wizards of Silvery Moon. But unfortunately, the party has absolutely nothing of value to add, so we're all quite silent. So then instead we have a report from the representative of the Seelie Court of Queen Titania. It seems that the Forest of Neverwinter and the portal to the Feywild is currently stable, but there are numerous requests from elves and other brethren of the court in Winterwood for emigration and immigration back to the Feywild, including a number of patrolmen and soldiers. The portal is at capacity at the moment, and the Queen is quite concerned with all the risks associated with the black mold and believes that it poses a multidimensional danger. Some demons mentioned in the reports include Lolth, August, Demogorgon, Jublex, and a few others. The Sealy Court said that they could send in troops, but they believe that since it's a prime plane issue, their own resources aren't quite as plentiful at this time, so they really won't be able to help, is what they were sort of implying. Instead, they suggested that a smaller task force from local forces take care of it. They mentioned also that in the future they could try to work with Silvery Moon to develop like a magical artifact industry to help supplement Gauntlegrim's mines and forges. But this would take quite a while to set up, and they wouldn't be able to do anything material in the next 6 months to a year. So then we move on to a report from Lord Neverember, who says that Neverwinter has suffered most of the attacks from the orcs, the orcish invasion, and that Neverwinter is now being taken over from the inside by the Zhentarim. He says that he has no power to stop them, and he's not actually sure whether any of them are better than the orcs. He's quite concerned that they'll continue to spread across the Sword Coast, and envisions them taking power in the next 5 years. He says that they have no inclination to protect the region, and that their only interest is themselves. He said that he shared his mission with us to have Neverwinter join the Lord's Alliance and become a gentle, stable plutocracy with himself at the head, along with the Senate. He asks the party for some input on the Zhentarim situation in Neverwinter, but again, we have literally nothing to say, although Delin did share that we have at least 11% of a plan for the Black Mold situation. Gauntlegrim continues to make some overt remarks about getting the helmet back from Xenice, but we all try to ignore this, and instead we mention the big hunk of mithril that we found, but the king says that we can't do anything with that until the forges are back up and running. A dwarven child named Squirt snuck up onto Xenice's lap, and she's shockingly nice to him, so he makes a friendship bracelet for her using bits of his beard, and he puts it around her horn. Delin shares some information that we know regarding Zaktmoy being with child, and that we suspect Jublex is the father. She also mentioned to everyone present that we believe the demons are coming from a portal in Menzoberranzan, the Drow city. We learn that the ghostly dwarf guy hovering around is a vampire named Thibble Dwarf, and that the vampire girly is his spawn, who he doesn't treat very well. We do ask him about Cassandra, a vampire that we previously met, but he has no idea who she is. Instead, he says that he knows someone called Valindra Shadowmantle, who he says is as evil as she is beautiful, and suggested that maybe she's Cassandra's sire or something. The two elves that are loitering about are Solus Hall and Lilith, his scout. The king asks Lilith for her input from her time in the Neverwinter Woods during the Orcish invasion, and she says simply that we need weapons, so we need the forge to work, which of course pleases the king. He asks Cracker if she would lay down her life for the kingdom, and she's like, yes, where's the beer? And then we're asked about Burrow and Ashley. Delin is like, Ashley's crazy and Burrow is a slave. And then she brings out the Mind Flayer worms we have, who are Burrow's supposed siblings. Everyone's understandably panicking, and the king is like, you brought Mind Flayers into my hole. And then Burrow is like, well, technically I'm not a Mind Flayer, but a victim of their experiments. He says that he's only seeking emancipation for him and his siblings, and though his siblings would need suitable hosts, the mentally ill, the disabled, or anyone really. Eventually, the king makes another subtle comment about, not so subtle comment about Xenice's helmet, and we agreed to put Burrow in isolation until we know that he's not a threat. We keep discussing the situation in Menzoberranzan and the possibility of invading or closing the portal, and it's mentioned that the ultimate source of everything is the abyss itself, but that there's been no successful incursion in recent memory. And it's also suggested that restarting the Blood War may help the situation in our favor. We mentioned that we were having help from Vizarandavir, the former Archmage of Menzoberranzan, and Delin asks about the situation in Port Nyanzaru in Chult. and Lord Neverember says that the civil war is still raging heavily there. There's a lot of piracy. There haven't been any shipments of silks or exotic goods for weeks. The king asks us what our plan is and whether we mean to go back to the surface. And on that, Lord Neverember asks us to help him take back the city from the Zhentarim. We have a discussion as a group about our priorities, whether we should close the portal first or help Neverwinter first. Cracker and Charlotte want to close the portal. Laura and Lily want to save Neverwinter. Lilith also thinks that we should save Neverwinter. Delin asks Lord Neverember about Lord Vida. He reports that he's left, but is using Neverwinter as a base for his own ambitions. He's making a play for the top position in the Zhentarim and says that if he took command, he would be a primary threat. We talk logistics, and it would take us weeks to get to Baranzan on foot, but it would take us under 2 weeks to get to the surface, and then a further 3 days to get to Neverwinter. And also, it would roughly take us around 4 days to get to the approximate area of Vizeran Devir's tower if we wanted to talk to him about anything. The king says that Thibble could accompany us to the Underdark, and Tinkle's Sweetwater, Drinkle's sister, could give us cover as merchants if we were to go to Neverwinter. We tell Tinkle about her sister's fate, and then ultimately we decide not to invite her with us on account of her not faulting Drinkle for betraying us to the hunky demon guy Grast. Finally, Zanice agrees to give the Helm of Brilliance back to the king, and as a token of thanks, we're all awarded special honours for our services to the kingdom. Lynn is pronounced ambassador and plenipotentiary of Sealy Court in Gordlegrim. She now has the same diplomatic ranking as Solus Hall and can intercede on the kingdom's behalf. Cracker is pronounced Councillor for Royal Fitness and Chief Inspector of Bars and Taverns in Gordlegrim, and she can demand free drinks from them at any time. Byleth is pronounced Councillor for Arcane Matters and Wizard Extraordinaire. Zanice is pronounced Councillor in charge of Education and Children's Welfare, and is given the great honour of helping rebuild the city. She will have the auditing power of any school, creche, gymnasium, education facility, and private tutors. She's responsible for the welfare of every child, and they will all call her Honorary Mother. Charlotte is pronounced First Vice Admiral of the Navy, which is currently made up of just Charlotte. She can negotiate on behalf of Gondelgrim for any sea-related, Navy-related, negotiate on behalf of Gondelgrim for any sea-related or Navy-related supplies. And she'll also be involved anytime a ship is ordered, and can buy a boat and bill it back to the kingdom, preferably if it's under 500 gold. We're all also made honorary nobles, allowing us to rest our heads anytime we were in the area, and we're given a writ of royal decree that states that any dwarf in capacity to help us should do so. We get a renovated old building as our permanent base in Gordlegrim, and it has permanent guards. We can leave all of our stuff there in safekeeping, and we are free to come and go into the city as we please, as long as the particular area, isn't off limits. More importantly, we're given 2,000 gold. It's mentioned that the Zhentarim may be willing to help us if they were incentivized to act out of self-preservation. And then we learn a bit more about portals. Some can be permanent in the sense of being continually recast every day. Some will end automatically as a result of the spell completing. But a permanent portal that leads all the way to the abyss must be extremely powerful, and closing it would require extremely powerful components and a ritual. Simply casting dispel magic wouldn't work. Byleth says that we would need a ritual tome to cast from, and that it could take hours or even days. We learn that if the city of Neverwinter is taken back, we could potentially use whatever forces are left there to help enter Mensa Baranzan. We decide to leave Bob, the glass guy, in Gondelgrim as a glass sculptor, and we also become export representatives of Gondelgrim's glass items, with a 25% finder's fee for any deals that help the export business. We team up with Lilith, who's a cleric of Talos, and the king gives us a scroll of Raised Dead, which I'm sure will come in handy. We agree as a party that we'll try to take Neverwinter back first, and we provisionally decide on a plan to sneak our way into the city by intercepting a ship on one of the interconnecting rivers going into Neverwinter, The spymaster of the court tells us that he could put us into contact with someone on the docks, or that we could potentially hire ourselves out as mercenaries. Although we would need to spend a few extra days of travel to get to Leylon, a little town on the Sword Coast, if we were to go with one of these plans. And that's where we left off.
Well done, Sophie. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, that was quite a lot. But I think it was useful. You guys really did a great job convincing the king that you have the dwarves' future center in your minds for what's important, and I think King Brunor certainly appreciated that. Did anybody have any other questions?
The priestess that Lilith worships, is her name Thalos or Palos? Because I wrote on Palos, but I think you said Thalos, so I'm a bit
Yes.
confused.
Talos.
Okay,
With
okay.
the T.
Okay, thank you.
Very good question. Yes. Talos is quite a famous goddess god of lightning and chaos. Those of you who are nature worshippers would certainly have heard of Talos, and it's not impossible that Byleth would have heard of Talos as well, considering how important Talos is. Okay, so I would like to also just say that Zenise, for giving up the Helm of Brilliance, and which we have all agreed is critical to the economic sustainability of Gauntlgrim's economy, should in fact be compensated specifically. Whilst we don't have another artifact of similar power, I would like to offer this. We believe it's something that you might be able to use, especially on the surface, but also if you do end up in Menzoberranzan, because, well, between the Underdark itself being comprised of not just two-dimensional tunnels on a north, south, east, west axis, but also, as you are all aware by now, vertical shafts made by either nature, creatures such as purple worms, or dug specifically to be utilized by various monstrosities and enemies of the state, such as the Drow, or even beholders and mind flayers. I shall present to you this hopefully very useful, and he snaps his fingers. These, they are the, what did you call them? Floaty, no, not fly. Oh, yeah, right, yeah, yes, I've got it. Let me put my glasses on. The boots of levitation.
Thank you.
They will allow you, as I understand it, to cast a wizard spell or sorcerer spell, I think it is. It doesn't matter. You don't need to be a wizard, but you can cast these anytime to yes, I know. It's obvious. I know it's in the name. To levitate. Yes, that's the word I'm looking for. There you go. But on yourself, I believe. Isn't that right? Yes, it is right. Yes, that's right.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. And Gauntlgrim thanks you as well. Is it not to your liking? We can probably put some other things on there. Would you like something else?
No, that's enough. Thank you so much.
Oh, right. Okay. Very good. Well, I hope the aesthetic suits you. We didn't really have time to make it in another color, but we can probably have somebody work on it if you don't want it right away.
No, they're great. Thank you.
Yeah,
Don't worry.
pleasure. Excellent. Oh, right. So, does anybody else have anything they wish to say or anything they wish to do before you head out? Yes, talkative group, aren't they? Yeah. Solus Hall shall stay behind as the discussions between our two great nations have not yet concluded. Dalin, although you are my new ambassador to the CD court, of course, you also have dual responsibilities as a member of your party. You are excused from this conversation. We shall send you a summary as you request if needed. It'll mostly be things related to trade and other and economic bits, critical to our strength and health, but not directly material to the military alliance or cooperation agreements, as you've already heard us discuss. Now, there is a way to get out of Gauntlgrim, which is similar to the path that Lilith and Solus Hall took to come down here from Mount Hottenau. But there is a potentially faster route. It would shave off about 4 days of travel, which is not insignificant. It does carry with it a certain amount of risk. Is it working now? Oh, right. Okay. Yes. Well, we believe it's working. We haven't run it recently, but the last time it was tested was, 6 months ago? Yes, right. It seemed to go fine. We have what is essentially a caravan. It's not specifically a trade caravan. It's more of an automated, magically animated minecart express that we use for both carrying ores as well as for shipments to the surface. It won't take you all the way to Mount Hottenau since we didn't specifically design it to go there. It's actually meant to go to some other locations in the Underdark, but there are connecting rails that should take you fairly close to Mount Hottenau. You'll have to manage the interconnection. Closer to the city, obviously, the locations are all manned and guarded. Further out, we just haven't got the manpower. I'm sure you understand. If you do take this, you have the added benefit of taking some of our wares with you. We'll have porters with you, but they will be non-combatants. And you would be providing some security if you don't mind. Of course, you would be doing that for yourselves in any case, and you'd be in the Underdark for an extra, what did we say it was? 4 days. Yes, right. Well, what did you say?
I like the speedy cart.
Sure.
Good.
Sure.
Yes. Well, you can also tell us if it's sufficiently comfortable, and if it is, then we can think about putting it in place for some rapid transit system. It's a newfangled technology, which I'm not entirely sure I agree with, but I mean, the thing travels at an ungodly 15 miles per hour, which, just no dwarf was ever meant to travel that quickly for an extended period of time. But there you go. Technology will always exceed dwarven expectations. But you won't have to carry yourselves on your little legs. Well, I should say long legs compared to mine. What? Anyway, yeah, that was a joke. I'm the king. You're supposed to all laugh. That's better. Yes,
Funny.
now you're getting in the spirit of it. Yeah, that's right. Well done. Yes, very good. Yeah. See how they just fall into line very quickly? That's the sign of true leadership. Right. Very good. And just for the record, Thibbledorf over there is not a ghost. He's a vampire. He just likes to stay in mist form for some reason. Um, he says it gives him more room to breathe. I think it's a joke, but I don't get it. Right. So what's the deal with that Durgar fellow with the wormy things? Are we supposed to take care of him? Because I don't really like the idea. Plus, didn't you say you had several more of those? Can we not just crush them and just get it over with? I mean, is there some other way you could dispose of them humanely, or at least, I don't know, beneficially? I don't want to experiment on him, and I'm a little bit worried about keeping him in our control because, well, they've got brainy powers. It's like magic, but you can't dampen it with any Thea's resurrection. What's that? Speak up there, young lady. I can't hear you.
Just said right. We don't know exactly what we are going to do.
Well, as my counselors, I command you come up with a solution. There.
Right.
I'm the king. You're supposed to agree and clap. Thank you. Go on. I'm waiting.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess you could put him in our base.
That's not really a solution. He'll still be in Gauntlgrim, my dear. Plus, of course, we still have to assign security. We can't just let him run around, converting people, eating their brains, and, Moradin knows what else. Can you imagine what would happen if I just let a bunch of mind flayers run around and down here? We're understaffed. We've lost so many people. We haven't got the manpower. Plus, bodies go missing all the time as a result of undead interactions and, accidents. And just imagine the morale effect. This thing gets caught in the middle of the night, which is basically all the time down here, sucking on somebody's brains. How would you feel? Would you feel secure?
You could put him under house arrest.
At which point he looks at Byleth. I don't think she quite understands what I'm trying to say. Have you got a magical solution?
Well, we could bring him to the surface. I would. Well, I guess someone would like to kind of not experiment, but study him. Gain more knowledge about mind flayers and their experiments.
Well, if you think you can foist him off onto someone else and make him their security problem, that's fine. But I really do believe that we should just kill them all. I mean, there's nothing good about a mind flayer other than being dead. I mean, they eat brains, they enslave intelligent creatures, they only live to serve their own nefarious purposes and that of their elder brain, as I understand it. There's really no benefit to having them alive, is there? I mean, can you see some sort of military or economic or even scientific application?
Not yet, but I'm not that smart either, so.
Well, I guarantee you'll be a lot less smart after you sucked out half of your left hemisphere. It just isn't a good idea. I mean, do you let him just sort of roam around your camp while you're all sleeping? Has he ever tried to suck out anyone's brains?
Nope.
No.
What if he went back down to his studio and lived there?
What? Let him run around in the Underdark just below Gauntlgrim, attached to the city via the Great Forge? Oh, that's even worse. Perhaps you should cut down on some of the alcohol, darling. You seem to be losing it.
Well, you could install a door and set up a guard, and it's not that outrageous.
We're talking about the same thing. We don't want to have to allocate manpower. Plus, these things, they can attack people through doors. Have you ever been attacked mentally?
Sorry, what?
Yes, well, right.
Well, yeah, we have killed mind flayers in the past, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go then. It's not really a problem. You've done it before. I
Well,
mean, you know.
he's not quite a mind flayer, is he? He's a victim.
And he
Well,
also hasn't been hostile or eaten any brains. He just politely asked for them. So that's different.
and what about the ones that in your possession? Have they not tried to eat your brains?
Well, yeah.
Uh-huh. Look, I appreciate that you all have kind hearts, which is why I've made you all counselors. But the truth is, sometimes you just have to do it. Not every individual can be saved, and some of them are just pre-programmed towards evil.
Well, let us confer together for a few minutes.
Yes, fine. And take him with you. I don't like the look of him. He keeps staring at me.
Okay, everyone. I mean, the worms in the bottles aren't safe. And Burrow will
Yeah.
feel motivated to, I don't know, for lack of a better word, repopulate.
Just look at that face.
And we don't know what these ones in the bottles are, personality-wise. Burrow's all right, but we don't know who these guys are.
He seems convinced that they're his siblings.
The thing is, Burrow didn't do anything yet, but those worms did, so I don't know. But then if we were to kill those worms, then maybe Burrow would also be hostile towards us. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he'd take it lying down.
Maybe we can make it look like an accident.
That's what I was thinking. Passing some sort of lava vent
Yeah.
somewhere. Ooh.
It's okay as long as nobody catches you. It's not murder
I have
unless you
an,
get caught.
I have an
What?
idea. What if we tell Burrow that we're taking them with us? And then, when we're gone, throw them away into lava.
Well, I think he would like to come with us if we are taking them. I don't think he wants to be separated from them, to be honest.
Yeah, I say we take them with us. And him.
I don't know, I would think there would be some scholars or something in Neverwinter or something that would like to study him. I'm trying to be good, so I'm doing my best.
Yeah. I think we should do like the good approach, the I don't know, that we maybe find a researcher who takes him in, and if that doesn't work, then we have to convert to plan B.
But how long can
Come on,
he
come
go
on.
without eating brains? Probably a long time, right? But he's been a long time without, I would think, living down there. So I don't know, maybe taking him to a city packed with people and brains aren't maybe the best idea.
Do they have to be alive brains?
I have no idea.
You can find some children.
Oh.
Well, Zanice is now the head of education and child
Only,
welfare.
only in Goltergrim, okay? Not on the surface.
Special excursion week. You might not come back.
Oh my God. Please have your parents sign this waiver.
It's really hard to be good.
It's so hard to be good. He thinks he's being good. He is genuinely good. In his eyes, no evil thing should be left alive because they just cause problems later on.
Right. If I still was a paladin, it would be easier.
Whole seeing every side of it. Well, so bring him with us.
Okay.
And if he tries to eat our brains, we just kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he knows the drill now, right? Like he knows that we're.
It's like a test.
Yeah.
All right. Should we tell him?
Sure.
Burrow,
Yes.
I'm sure you can hear the discussion going on all around you about you. So we're going to bring you with us and your two little friends. And under the condition that your little friends stay in their bottle, and there's no attempt to use them against anybody or to let them inhabit anybody. Otherwise, you'll be killed along with your friends. So we're saving you. You owe us.
But they need to eat.
They won't
need
be.
to find new bodies. You destroyed the bodies they were in. Surely you owe them at least a new body.
Nope. I really don't.
Well, then you're going to kill them anyway.
Well, we're hoping that when we get up to the surface, we can find somebody who can help us with that. And so maybe we can find a solution to both things. Maybe they have a way to have them feed safely that doesn't harm somebody else or anything like that. How's that sound?
What does safely mean?
Well, it doesn't harm somebody else.
What do you eat?
Carrots.
I have seen you eat animals.
Yeah, I know. Here we go. It's not the same. It's not the same. Oh, so you want me to get a mouse? Would they inhabit the body of a mouse?
It needs to be something with a high enough intelligence to actually provide some sustenance.
So a Rotha? Would a Rotha work?
No,
Well, there you
Rotha
go.
are not sufficiently intelligent.
Yeah. So inhabiting the body of an intelligent creature like a human or an elf or a dwarf, etc.
It
Not
doesn't
we're not
have
going
the
to let that happen.
nutritional value.
We're not going to let that happen. Not right now. So is this a yay or an nay?
Or what? You'll kill me now? You promised safety. Will you break your word?
Well, we promised safety and you promised to keep us safe
I did keep you safe.
from
I'm
the
not
worms.
threatening you. They're not threatening you either. But
You don't
you
think they
never
threaten-
said we had to starve to death. That
Ah.
doesn't seem very fair.
I look over at Delin. I'm not good at this. Help!
The man makes some cogent arguments.
I know he does. That's why I'm not good at this. I mean, I get it.
Well, if your safety means that other people are getting killed, other conscious beings, then I don't know if we want you safe. If I can speak it like this.
Don't you only eat vegetables?
Yeah.
What's the difference? You choose to eat things that sustain you, but not other things. The minimum sustenance required is an animal or creature with intelligence sufficient to think independently. Other options simply do not provide enough nutritional value.
What type of animal would that be?
Well, anyone in this room.
We're humanoids.
Humans
So-
are animals, are they not?
Well, could argue that.
Hmm.
I-
Maybe the kingdom has some prisoners up for execution. They wouldn't mind sparing. Enemies of the state, something like that. Perhaps.
We don't care what their reason for being available to eat is. So, yes, if you can find us ones that are socially acceptable, then that would be fine. We just need fresh, living minds to consume. And in this case, they do need new hosts.
Your Highness?
Yeah? Oh, what? I wasn't sleeping. I was just resting my eyes. Yes. Yes, my admiral.
You wouldn't happen to have any prisoners up for execution available?
Oh, we're enlightened. We don't execute prisoners. Not anymore. Enemies of the state we do, but they're dead already. If somebody has committed a crime, we find that there is some social value to having them put to work. I understand that many of the surface races, such as humans, are very often employ prisoners in hard labor. Well, look around. Gauntlgrim is a city that is being reborn anew, but it will certainly require hard labor. So there's no point keeping them around, feeding them, and not using them.
And there's that idea in the bin.
It's a good idea, but we simply don't have the resources to keep people alive who are not productive. Now, if you can find someone else, preferably in another city or another location, I'm all for it.
Well, then I guess that's what we'll try to do.
Keep in mind, once they inhabit a body, you cannot necessarily stop them from using their abilities. They are weaker in this current state. You claim he has done nothing to you. How long have you known him?
Good point. And they weren't terribly friendly when we met them the first time.
Wild animals cannot be tamed, and this is a dangerous, highly intelligent, crafty enemy. It doesn't view you as an equal. It views you as food. There really isn't a choice. It's just a question of, do you do it now, or do you do it after one of your members has died because one of them has been eaten alive in the middle of the night? I don't know why I keep saying in the middle of the night. They eat all the time. It just sounds more dramatic.
Point.
Is. Well, it is dangerous to keep them around. I agree.
Dylan?
Yeah,
Well,
they're not safe, that's for sure. And what happens when we're out of criminals and traitors and they still have to eat? So we need to stop giving people promises, I think. That's one thing to learn from this.
how about you, Ashley? What do you think?
Well, I feel as if we need to wait until Megara returns, and then we can go forward with the rest of the plan to remove the black mold. Whether or not we choose to keep this particular soul alive or this creature is really up to you. As far as I'm concerned, fire cleanses all. But didn't we already run into some groups that like to kill mind flayers?
If we can call the Githyanki down here.
I suppose we could.
Okay, everyone, let's hold hands.
That's a really good point.
Maybe not in the middle of a throne room.
Yeah, maybe not here.
Security breach. Security breach. Level 5.
And we could. There. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we should talk to Ashley also outside the throne room.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ashley, let's go outside.
Need some privacy.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't finished my dessert.
You can do it later. Or bring it with you.
Bring it with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, bring it with you.
Even
It'll be
better.
okay.
And she literally takes the entire platter with the Jello mold and she just carries it out whilst everybody else at the table just watches her walk out with the entire dessert.
It might help some of the Githyanki finish their Arakma or what it's called. They're not true mind players, but almost.
Yeah. Okay.
True.
Is there like a room that we can close the door and it's secure and private?
Our room?
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, it hasn't been fully renovated, but I'm sure there's a storeroom if you'd like to have a conversation. I mean, it's not like we're going to listen in, really.
Really?
Some privacy would be good. A storeroom works. Not gonna be long, hopefully.
Do you plan on coming back?
Yeah. We bring Burrow with us too, obviously.
Well, I suppose we've got some. Can we put them? Where can we put them? I don't know. What are you going to be doing in there? Just out of curiosity.
Talking.
Just talking.
Yes, we need some privacy to talk, to make a decision.
I see. Oh, well, all right.
Maybe make some plans on what to do.
All right. Yes. Why don't you clear out one of the broom cupboards and we'll give them a bit of space. You have to understand that a lot of the space here has not been prepared properly. And, well, the truth is, we haven't finished unpacking. And yes, I know I should have done it a century ago, or at least 10 years ago, but I've been busy. I'm the king. There's no need to give me a hard time about it. I've been busy running the kingdom. Yes.
It's fine.
Why don't you show them? Follow me.
Yeah.
And he leads you down a corridor, and you are shown what appears to be a nice little storeroom. It's got a lot of jugs and things. So
I mean, how little? I don't want to get too close to this worm
Well,
nightmare.
you didn't specify. Bit late now.
Let's bring Lilith as well. So she's gonna
Yep.
travel with us, so she should
Yep.
have a say.
Okay. Yeah, Lilith is definitely with all of you. It's not particularly big. It's probably about the size of, it's more long than it is wide, but it's clearly a storeroom. They've got shelves and all kinds of things.
Okay, let's put Burrow down one end. And okay, that works.
That's fine.
how do we do this before? Did I just like think of that gorgeous sword and imagine having it in my hands, calling to it?
I think somebody spoke in Japanese.
Someone spoke in some language.
You all held hands.
I can count in Japanese.
Cool.
Yeah, but only when you're throwing punches.
Well, true.
See, I
Was that really
already
what you
know.
do?
Yeah, you count. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, ich, ni, san, chi, go, ruk,
Oh.
sich, hach, kö, yö. And then we say kiai.
Yeah, you have to do that at the end,
Yeah.
So cool.
which somehow doesn't really help with like gently inviting somebody into a circle.
Well, the
Okay.
Yankee aren't all that gentle, so I don't think
No.
they care how we're calling them.
Well, that's true, but it doesn't quite channel the image that Charlotte is going for, does it? Hair ribbons floating in space.
Moon prism power.
I have no idea what that is, but I assume I think I know what it is. So, all right. Yes, all of you fans out there, we like to drop little Easter eggs all over the place.
Didn't Cracker sing last time?
Oh
I sing?
yeah,
What
Yeah.
she
did I sing?
definitely sang. Absolutely.
Great.
Cracker.
What do you want me to sing? Happy birthday to
Oh, for
you.
God's sake!
Okay.
Professional singer, everybody. Yvonne.
Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony.
Odd choice for a Canadian.
I know, but it's the only Yankee thing I can think of.
Why does it have to be a Yankee thing?
Gith Yankee.
Stuck a feather
Oh,
in
Kith
his hat
Yankee.
and
Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't get that.
called it Guess Yankee Macaroni.
Oh no.
You did some song about the sword or something, I think.
Oh, okay.
But I don't remember what it was.
I don't know.
Yeah, you should have written it down. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. I'll have to go back and listen to it. I don't know what to sing.
It was to the tune of something else.
Yeah.
Another song. It was the same. It was the melody of an existing song, and you came up with the lyrics
Heavy
on the
metal did
spot.
it off. Okay. Well, I can't think of it, so I'm just gonna have to try something else, I guess. Come to me, little sword, sword of all my desires. You know me, you want to come and hang out. Let's bash and crash and cut shit down. Come on, sword, you know you want me just as much as I want you.
That's great.
That's amazing.
You rang.
Excellent. Hey, man. Can I hold that for a sec?
That's a weird flex. I'm a
The
bit.
sword. The sword. Can you let me hold
Oh,
that? I just,
that-
just for a second. Just
Is this why you summoned me?
no, sorry. Go ahead, Dylan. I'll let our more eloquent member discuss this with you.
We have a present for you, if you want it. And I'm just gonna I'm gonna take out my vial with the 2 mind flavors. Here.
Oh, the tadpoles. Yes, this is quite a find. We don't usually encounter the juveniles alive. Yes. We can do something interesting with this.
How did Burrow react to the Githyanki?
He is absolutely scared out of his mind. You watch as a little dark stain starts to grow on his pants. and just gets larger and larger, and then finally you see a bit of fluid dripping out from inside one trouser leg, and he's visibly shaking. Ah, and you have another one. Are they all for me?
I think
This
so.
will go very far in terms of helping settle the debt. Of course, they aren't true mind flayers yet, but these two have not yet been implanted. I wonder if we can raise them and then use them for practice. Yes, I think the elders will be pleased. Very good. And he takes the vial from you. And then he
So, you gonna let her hold the sword or not?
You want to.
She
Just
really
for a
like it.
second. It's just for a second.
Well, I suppose under the circumstances, that's fine. I was in the middle of shaving, so just excuse the little hairs. And he hands over his gigantic sword, which you know is razor sharp.
Okay.
And
I
it
take it.
tinkles in your hand.
Oh, yeah.
You remember the smoothness and the balanced weight. It's like coming home.
I'm just gonna swishy swish out of the way in the corner here. And I'll talk to it a little bit. I love you, little sword.
Oh god.
uh, may I have that back?
Well, deal with Burrow first. You know, you got stuff to do first. I'll just keep this safe over here.
And he looks at you suspiciously, and he pulls out a stone. Don't make me call my brothers.
No, I'll give it back. I promise. I promise. Just, you know, every second I get to hold this. It's just one more second of happiness.
Oh.
Right. All right. That's enough. Let go. Give it. And then he sort of wipes it clean like it's really been contaminated. And then he puts it away. That was weird.
You don't love that thing enough. Not like I do.
You can love your sword. You just can't love your sword. Right.
Disagree.
Now, come here, little fellow. And he takes, as Burrow approaches, scared to death, he gently takes a little, what looks like a lasso, off of his back hip. And he very slowly drops the noose around Burrow's neck and then slowly tightens it. Very good. Yes. We haven't succeeded yet in getting access to the demigod's body, but we have identified its location, and we believe that an assault in the next 2 moon cycles will be possible. Most of our forces are currently engaged in a major battle. But once we secure that frontier, we will go after the new growth area. Well, thank you again. Yes.
Mr. Githyanki, um, I was wondering if maybe this gift from us would maybe release some of the dwarves that you got.
Well, I think it would be more fair if I discussed it with the elders. My suspicion is it will take some time off of their imprisonment and servitude period. It wouldn't be fair to release some and not all of them at the same time, wouldn't you say? I mean, who gets to choose?
Yeah. Okay.
It would only breed resentment, and you don't want an unhappy slave.
It's a start.
Well, it is a start. You bring us a few more of these, and we'll be able to let them all go at the same time. Soon.
Good.
Although, as you understand, the material needs of the war supersede any pre-agreement, so hopefully this will be resolved quickly. But if it does rage on for a bit longer than expected, we'll need to keep them in service until the hostilities have ended. Don't expect it to be too long. We have the upper hand.
All right.
Good. Our business is concluded. And he hands each of you a little silver coin. Now, as much as we all enjoy your singing, if you wish to contact us, you may use this instead. It is useful for one communication. Of course, if you do wish to sing, feel free. But try to keep it during daylight hours. Some of us like to get our beauty rest.
Sure, okay. Thanks. I mean, could I just say goodbye to it?
I think you've had enough time with my sword. If you keep this up, though, we may be able to discuss creating one for you specifically.
Oh.
You do realize a silver sword is the final step to becoming a Githyanki knight. You
Huh.
would have to accept certain educational lessons first to demonstrate that you are, let's say, have taken the cultural affinity to the Gith race seriously and accept that we are the ultimate warriors and the controllers of the astral plane, and our hatred of the illithid must supersede all other desires other than that of the survival of our race. If you can prove that you take all of these tenets to heart, well, I don't see why you can't be a Gith in name, if not in actual physical race. But it will
Wow.
take a bit more than just a few of these little tadpoles. And at this, he shakes the vial.
Well, that's goals. Thanks.
Bring us 10 illithid adult captives for the Rakma hunt, and I'll have a word with our elders. Can't guarantee anything, of course, but it would stand you in good stead. Of course, we can count these 3 as, well, maybe 1 adult, but we would not be able to shave any time off of those dwarves' enslavement periods. Your choice, really. Why can't we be good?
It's unfair. Sword
Yeah.
or
What's
living
good anyway?
beings?
Sword's good.
So
Ashley
hard.
just looks so shocked and angry. Her face is even more pale. Like the little hairs on her beard are standing straight out, like she's been electrocuted or she's got some sort of fight or flight response.
Hey, I vouched for the dwarves. I think they're important, but I don't know.
You did, and she's grateful. But now it's like you're backing up just because you want to get a fancy sword.
Well, I like Quaker, and yeah, well,
Well, thanks. Problem solved and goals.
So what is the agreement?
I'll keep my eye out for 10 adult illithids. Is that right? Is that how this works?
Yes, or 9 if we count these against that.
Okay.
If we are doing that, the dwarves stay in captivity.
Oh, I don't like that part.
Well, you can't have it both ways.
Can I think about this
think,
later? Like, I'll get back to you.
in my opinion,
I'm
dwarves should be priority.
I'm very busy. Make a decision now. I haven't
Oh.
finished shaving and it itches.
Well, I'll have to let it pass.
Fine. Very good. Our business is now concluded. Any other items? No. Farewell and good luck and good hunting.
You too.
You.
Always. And he disappears.
Well, that's one problem solved.
Right?
That was fun.
Burrow, as he winks out, just looks at you with this look of betrayal.
Cracker shrugs and
So-
says, "There's more pubs to test before we go if you want."
So was anybody lawful before this?
I was lawful
Yeah.
evil.
Yeah,
was
you're
lawful.
neutral evil now.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anybody else lawful?
I was
Yeah.
lawful,
Mhm.
but I'm guessing I'm neutral now.
You're neutral. Anybody who is lawful is neutral. Anybody.
I have true neutrals.
You're true neutral? Okay.
That's not so
You
bad.
broke your promise.
Trust us, it's not so bad.
It's not so bad.
Soon enough, we'll all be evil.
I've done worse.
I know it's cumulative. I don't do it based on one action, but if you do enough of these big actions, yeah, it's gonna change stuff. How you doing, Ida?
Good.
Are you do you regret signing up with these crazy people?
Not at all.
You just
She's one of us.
I would have taken the sword though.
Ida's taking notes. She's like, order panties to stick in sofa. Well, I'll tell you what, if you suspect somebody's doing something they shouldn't be doing and you pull that prank, their reaction is going to tell you a lot. So not that I want anybody to get into a domestic argument as a result of this, but it's one way to catch somebody out. And if you didn't hear it because we talked about it in the beginning, you missed a whole preemptive discussion. Anyway,
I know.
on that incredible note, and hopefully we can maybe even edit that out. Let's take our
Nah,
break.
leave it in.
Let's take our break. People listening will be like, "What the fuck is going on? What is he talking about?"
When do they not think that? God.
Yeah, well, that's probably true, actually. And in fairness, it is very confusing and weird. Okay, good. Shall we take 7 minutes?
Or
Okay.
8. Coffee.
Or 8? Okay.
What?
Beep,
It
beep.
depends on how long it takes to boil the water. Okay, bye.
All right. Okay, bye. Yvonne is just,
Running to the kitchen.
it's like you've got to go to the loo really badly or something.
Yeah.
Okay, see ya.
See ya.
Hi, we hope you're enjoying this episode, and if so, please like and subscribe. And remember, the next time your DM says, roll initiative, yell back,
Here.
hold my earrings.
Here, my earrings.
This is good. I think we only need this take.
All right, so what else did you guys want to do?
We got this paper bird, I think, from Irma, the stone giant.
Yes.
Let her know if anything big happens in the Underdark.
Yes.
And I guess
Point of inspiration to you, and also point of inspiration for Charlotte as well for the recap, but for Sophie for the recap. But
Thank you.
so. I don't know. I guess the freeing of Megara and the bad state in which Gontagrim is in.
Is that big
Should
news?
be.
mm,
Yeah. I'd say they're big news.
I wouldn't mention how she was freed
Yeah.
No.
She
necessarily.
was freed. Passive.
Excellent.
Short passive.
Yeah, let's have that linguistic tree that that denotes no accountability whatsoever for the actual cause or actions that led to the conclusion.
Right?
Yes.
Mhm.
We don't know how. Tell me.
Well, I wouldn't lie about it. I'd just say that Megara got free.
Yeah.
Mm.
Some force freed Megara.
And we should also discuss what to do with not what to do with Ashley, but Ashley should probably go back to her group and wait there. I don't think
She
bringing
looks
her.
at you and says, "Yeah, I don't do well in the sun."
Right. And I don't think you would do well here either because you are, well, not very good at keeping low, to be honest.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go.
I think that's for the best. And will you go and stay at Davir's house, the tower, until we get back, or
Yes.
yeah,
Well, that's where my people still are, aren't
yeah,
they?
yeah. But will you stay there when you get there until we get back?
We don't have anywhere else to go. But we do need to get in contact with that primordial agent that you had that was running as an intercessionary between us and Megara. We can wait. We've waited months, but I don't know how your drow friend is going to feel about us freeloading off of him. Well, technically, I can create food, but still, he doesn't seem like one to share. And what about your funny-looking friend with the tentacles?
Oh, he's still there, isn't he?
Yes, he
Well,
is.
he is good company. So if he wants to stay and wait for us, he could.
But what about... Okay, I don't want to be responsible for him. He's a weird fellow. You don't think that? He's very weird. He's a bit odd.
True, but
Well, he could come with us, I guess.
well, he's still
Then
back
you'll go.
at the tower.
Then
I
you'll
don't-
go back there to
yeah.
get him.
No.
What was his name again?
Steve?
Yeah.
Well done.
Question mark. I think it was Steve.
I think it's Steve.
Mm.
Yep.
See,
I know,
Sophie,
'cause I have this-
that's how I lay little traps for whether or not players are paying attention, not math quizzes.
I remember his name because he reminds me of an old friend of mine who really is very annoying.
Named Steve.
Named Steve.
Steve,
This is about you,
Seriously?
Steve. Yeah.
if you ever hear this
Steve.
podcast, I feel bad for you. All right. Well, Steve notwithstanding. Okay. Well, I don't suppose you could ask the king there, or maybe use some of your newfound authority to get someone to escort me back. Maybe that handsome, beardless fellow.
Rick. He will never leave you,
Yes.
so probably he would do it.
Well, it's either that or make the trek back by myself, and, well, I'm not really fond of traveling all on my own.
We could ask. But then you really, really need to keep your mouth shut about how Megara escaped.
What? No, of course I would never say anything. I would be, just as culpable.
and just as in danger.
Well, danger is somewhat subjective when you worship the god of fire. What are they going to do? Burn me alive?
Could bury you alive.
I'm a Duergar. I'll get out.
Chop your head off like they do with everything else. I mean, didn't he say just like put you in a work camp or you're dead? So pick one.
I'm sure we'll find a way to pass the time without having to talk too much. I've never had a beardless fellow before.
If the balls are rolling. No, wait, hang on. If the balls are rocking, don't come knocking.
Okay, Yvonne, from now on, you have got to get to bed by 10 o'clock every Saturday night. I'm sorry. It's the law. It's now the law.
All right.
I hope they appreciate I mean, I hope you get to do some of this stuff in the other game, because otherwise you're completely wasted. All right. So you guys are good to go. Anything else you need to do?
Nope. Don't think so.
Well,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Do we send the paperwork? Yes.
Yeah.
right?
Well, you didn't actually finalize what it is you were saying. So
Should I write it down?
yes,
or-
that would be a good
okay.
idea. And this way you can also record it for yourselves.
I will give
And
the
actually,
bat to Byleth.
Is there a maximum word
I don't think so. It was just a
count? Okay.
bat who was.
well, I mean, if you're trying to deliver the first draft of Dolin's here and there and back again manuscript, I think that might exceed the weight limitations. It's a piece of paper. It's a paper bird. It's a piece of paper. So what you could reasonably fit legibly on a piece of paper, you know,
Okay.
maybe a
It
paragraph.
won't be too long.
Anybody remember what the name of the librarians are? Any of them?
Irma, the stone giant.
Yes, the stone giant. Yes. Dear Miss Stone Giant.
No, it's Irma. Irma, the stone giant.
Well, there's
I wrote that
Conan.
down.
Put a little note to Conan for me.
Very good. Irmus. Yes.
Irmas.
Yeah.
Irmas? Not Irma?
Irma.
Oh, wait.
It's Irma.
Wait. Dear Irma at the start. And read Conan for us. At the end.
Okay.
Fine.
It's actually Irmus. Urmas.
I thought it was Irma. Okay. Then
That's
it's
okay.
Irma.
No, it's all right. It's okay. It's fine. It's happened before, I'm sure. You know. It's like Ida and Ida. Right?
All mistakes will be magically corrected by the paper.
No, that's not how that works.
Grammarly.
Who's Irma? Is that the wrong address?
Some hag in a swamp somewhere gets the bird and she's like, "What is this? Who the hell is Megara? And why are they sending me this piece of paper? Doesn't even taste very good." Okay, let me just fix something here.
I think Megara is Oh,
Yeah.
right. That's how I wanted to write it.
It's okay. Important to spell it correctly for the search function going forward.
Mm.
Why can't I find a message on Gauntlgrim to us? You got Conan right, though. You know who Conan is, right, Ida?
No.
Oh, God. What is with you Germanic language people who don't know who Arnold Schwarzenegger is famous for?
I
Mhm.
knew,
My mother knew him.
but I'm
Oh,
old,
there we
Awesome
go.
mother.
so
Ageist. Conan the Barbarian. Although I worked in a comic store, so for me it was all about the comics.
You worked in a comic store?
I used to run one, yeah.
You used to run a
That's so
comic
cool.
store?
Yeah, and most of my wages went to comics. I had to get a second job to pay my rent.
You're doing
That's
so many
ridiculous.
side quests.
Now that is a guy who owns a comic store and knows how to run it. I can't pay you in money, but I can pay you in comics.
Whee! Hooray!
All right. That's pretty cool. The things you learn from each other. It's amazing. I'm waiting for Ida to share some interesting tidbits about her family history. And my great grandfather was a mass murderer and celebrity chef.
Is that true?
No.
Oh.
Sophie, you are so delightful. You must be so much fun at parties. Well, I don't know that it's not true. I mean, so far, I don't know that much about Ida, but, for all we know, that
Oh.
is true. She hasn't denied it.
I thought she had told you that in private or something, and you were like turning it to share it with us.
Yeah, that if somebody told me something like that in private, I probably wouldn't share it unless they were really comfortable about sharing it. But yeah. I mean, is it true, Ida?
No.
Okay, we've eliminated that possibility. All right, excellent. All right. Back to business. Right. Well, I'm glad that you've taken care of that awkward blue fellow. I have to say, that was, he gave me the heebie-jeebies. I've faced demons. I've fought vampires. I've died and come back. And I don't mean this sort of passing out death. I mean genuinely died and came back a younger person. And I'll be honest, nothing scares me like losing my mind. Now, and as for that priestess of fire, well, I mean, we probably could have put her to work here, but I'm not sure how people would have liked having a Duergar in our midst with all the other things that have happened historically. Although she would have been very helpful in the forge, now that I think about it. No, it's fine. She's a leader of her people, and she probably needs to go back to tend her flock.
yes.
Good. Right. Well, is there anything else that needs to be done, or shall we get you guys going? Because, well, let's be honest. The surface problems and the problems in the Underdark aren't going to resolve themselves, despite all this wonderful dessert. What happened to the dessert, by the way? I barely even got to taste it.
I don't know.
You just look at Ashley and her beard's completely smeared in jelly. Well, I think the mine carts are ready to go. I believe they're just about loaded up. Would you like to make your way down to the transport area and shove off, or did you need anything further?
No, I think
I think I'm good to go.
Yeah, let's go.
Very good. Well, as I've said before, we are grateful, and we thank you for your service and your sacrifices, and I genuinely wish you all good luck. I hope you make it back. I mean, I look forward to seeing you when you're back.
That's better.
Thank you.
Lord Neverember. Yes? If you wish, you may travel with them, or we could probably get you home safely independent. Well, um, it sounds as if their plan is to go in surreptitiously, and therefore my presence is not needed. Would you agree? As he looks at the party.
Yep.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can give you this. And he hands a scroll with a very official looking wax seal on it. This is a writ in my own hand. If you present it to my general, she will know what to do with you. And although she cannot provide direct open assistance for fear of angering the Zentrum, she may be able to assist in small, indirect ways.
What's your general's name?
Well, you'll know her when you see her. The better that you don't have a name in case anybody finds you. It's in the scroll. You can't miss her. Dark raven hair. She's in charge of everything. For your notes, it's General Sabine. But keep in mind that he hasn't told you.
Mhm.
You do understand if they do find out what we're doing, not only would they feel justified by order of the contract we have in place to take out their vengeance and exact retribution, it isn't necessarily guaranteed that this could be ended without significant bloodshed and disruption to the local economy. Not only are the citizens of the city at risk, most of the farmers and tradesmen located in the neighboring countryside rely on Neverwinter. We cannot let disruption or further problems cause any other risks to their livelihood. They have suffered enough. Also, you should be aware there is a faction seeking to reinstate the former family in charge of Neverwinter. So far, they haven't been a problem. But, well, let's just say there's always the possibility that they could come back. They're not very powerful, and by all accounts, all of their surviving family members have been killed. Not by me, mind you. Most of them as a result of the spell plague or the eruption of Mount Hottenau. But there is some sort of a rumor floating around that perhaps one of them is still there. They've changed their name over the years, so I don't know what they're going by these days. But it is definitely an undercurrent. Now, in your position, you may be able to find a way to utilize their deliberate desire to cause mayhem and sow rebellion in service to the expulsion of the Zentrum. It isn't necessarily the case that we have to be at odds, and certainly getting rid of the Zentrum would be the first step to reinstating the Regency, regardless of whether or not they felt my position was tenable or not. Therefore, my enemy's enemy may be my friend. I'll leave it to you.
Thanks for the information. guess we should get going.
Very good. You should also be aware that the tieflings are not necessarily welcome. It's not so much a question of whether or not the humans distrust the tiefling, because they certainly do, but that's not new information for any of you. But the arrival of the tieflings with that previous heroic party and their subsequent absorption into the Zentrum means that you will become targets for recruitment by the Zentrum, and you will also immediately be viewed with some suspicion. Not only are the tieflings feared because of the events of the spell plague and the fact that they tend to be spellcasters, though of course that's an over-exaggeration, they have also become very aggressive agents used by the Zentrum against their will, as I understand it, but still without choice. They are quite feared amongst the population. You may have to overcome a certain amount of, a certain bias against you. The same can be said of the orcs, and I don't need to tell you, having just survived an orcish siege, you may not be the most welcome either.
Yeah, I'm used to that.
Yeah. Let's go.
Elves are generally accepted, but, well, anyway, you know. Good luck. I wish you all the best. And again, if you do run into the Alagondar family and their figureheads, this may or may not be true. You can execute them on my command. Or not. I can deal with them, but honestly, once their usefulness has been exceeded, feel free to do with them as you wish. Good. I wish you all good luck, and I shall see you in the city at some point.
All
Thank
right.
you.
They escort you down, and hopefully you all see the minecart loaded with packages.
No.
No?
Great big
Just
gray
see
square.
Ow!
the abyss.
Darn it. My fault.
Man, he sucks.
Oh, there we go.
Bingo.
Yay.
Loaded.
Loaded with Amazon boxes.
Still the same thing.
There's my shipment. That's
What's
late.
Amazon? There's no Amazon in Faerun. There's no place called the Amazon. All right. There's a fellow at the front of it, and he sort of waves his hand.
Ah, are you the guards?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Good. Get on. We'll get going. Any day now. Take your time. Careful of the first step, and the second, and the third. Well, just be careful. There's no insurance.
Okay.
Perfect.
We'll be heading out. At some point, we'll have to make a few turns, so just hang on.
Are you guys all going to sit in one cart? You're going to spread out? There are a total of 4 carts, and they're all loaded, but you can move boxes around and shipments and things, so it's very easy to fit.
Sit in a middle cart. Somewhere.
Okay.
I don't think we should
Anybody
all be
want
in the same cart.
No.
But I pat the, I guess the box I'm sitting on and say, Sophie, over here. At least I can grab onto you if you fly out.
You mean Charlotte?
Or Charlotte.
I think
Whoever you
Charlotte's
are.
gonna have to adopt a weird name so we know the difference.
Yeah, I was thinking of changing it to something like ridiculously Welsh or something that, and then you definitely couldn't get it confused from Sophie.
I
Okay.
would sit in the front.
How do you pronounce that place?
I did know.
Oh, is that really how it's pronounced? I thought it'd be like some
Yeah.
weird. Okay. Well, you never
I
know
think I've
with
been there
Welsh.
actually.
It's not a big country.
I want to make a tiefling card with Zenise.
Yeah, I was thinking the same.
The pew pew
cool
cart.
people.
Oh no, in the back?
Yeah,
In
the
the back of the
loud
bus?
back.
Oh my god, it's grade school all over again. Jesus. Sharing your snacks, whispering about everybody else in the group. That new Lilith, she's kind of weird, isn't she? Wearing all that armor, walking around clanking with all that metal on her.
Just question: does Lilith look like a child?
Yeah, what does Lilith look like? We have the picture, but
Yeah, I mean, she looks like the picture.
drag it out.
Oh. I don't remember how I do that. Sorry.
You just left click and there we go. I'll
Oh.
do it.
Thank you.
Is she childlike? She's more like she looks. I mean,
She looks like a
Yeah.
young lady.
she's not childlike exactly, is she?
That's good.
Mm.
Her Zenice's allergies were about to kick in. All right. Please write in the chat which cart number you're in. 1 through 4, 1 being the one in the front, 4 being the one in the back. We know 2 of you are in the back already, so that's fine, but just put it all there so I have it on record. Okay. Okay. Lilith is in cart 1 with the conductor.
Oh, is he in the first one?
Yeah, well, he has to see where things are going, but you can. There's
Oh.
plenty of space. He doesn't
Then I
smell
would probably
everything.
go in the second one.
I took a bath last week. I smell fine.
Okay. So you're in cart 2 then?
Yes.
Okay. So Delin, Lilith, cart 2, Cracker and Charlotte, cart 3, and Violet and Zenise, cart 4. That sounds perfect. Okay, great. You start to chug along. There's no sound related to an engine, of course, because there is no engine. Basically, this fellow seems to wave his hands. He pulls out a little wand. He taps the first cart, and you all start moving. And for most of you who are not used to racing horses or dinosaurs, this is as fast as if you've ever traveled before. Now, for those of you who have raced dinosaurs, it's not that big a deal. But there's plenty of wind, and it's kind of fun, and there's a lot of whooshing and a couple of sharp turns. Does anybody scream?
No.
Throw your hands up.
You can
I'm
throw
not
your hands
falling
up.
for that.
You can throw your hands up, Charlotte, if you want. I'll hang on to you.
Okay.
Grab her by the hair.
I would probably hold the sides.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, not falling for that again, Violet says. All right.
Now we'll be traveling like this for a few days, and then we'll have to take some turns that may require some maneuvers. Just hang on, and when we get there, I'll tell you all about what we need to do next.
You travel for approximately a day and a half. It seems pretty safe. On the way, especially immediately leaving Gauntlgrim, you do occasionally see some dwarven miners, a couple of guards, and at least in one case, there's a guard who has to manually activate a portcullis that stops anything from traveling through the tunnel. But after the second day, you start to realize this is pretty much the wilds of the Underdark. The tunnels are not finished, they're not lit. So, for those of you without dark vision or some magical means to see, it is very, very hard to see anything. It's not a very smooth ride. It's definitely very bumpy. The boxes and the other items in the cart can be rearranged to make some sort of makeshift furniture. And as far as you know, no one complains about you doing it and sitting on them. But it's still a bit bumpy. It's still a bit rough. There are no shocks on this. And occasionally there are dips up and down and sharp turns, as I mentioned. And even a few things that the carts go over that seem a little bit unstable.
All right. We will be approaching the first turning. This track continues further south, but we need to head west. But we'll have to do it along a route that actually winds around. So we'll be turning east first. When we get to the turning, I'll have to stop and back up. I may need some help rearranging the tracks. Perhaps one of you or several of you could get down and switch the lever.
Sure.
Yeah, I can do that.
Excellent. Thank you.
All right. Please put your tokens in the appropriate cart. You are currently heading south. Thank you. Very good. I think some of you are in the wrong place. You're heading south, so the first cart is at the
Oh.
bottom.
Whoopsie.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay. And we're missing somebody.
Yes, me.
Drag your token. Just drag your character sheet out.
Yes.
It just started snowing here. Thanks.
Oh, you guys are having the same weather?
It stopped
Thank
snowing
you,
here.
Harriet.
So.
Yeah, you just sent it over here.
Yeah.
That's great. Thanks.
Did it in the break.
Ida? You okay?
Yes. I don't remember how I do it. I'm sorry.
Just it's okay. Just go to your character sheet, left
Yes,
click
I
and
have it.
hold down on the character sheet, and then just pull it and hold while holding the left button.
Oh yeah, grab your name, not your picture.
It shouldn't matter.
It
Oh,
does for me
perfect.
for some reason.
Okay.
So I should be there.
Good. Very good. Perfect. And everybody's name, I can see everybody's name, so that worked. Can you guys see each other's names? No.
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 I can just see mine.
Probably because you don't have editing rights. Maybe that's what it is.
Hmm.
Okay. And Charlotte, your name is still Charlotte Seahaller.
No, but it was it did just so Charlotte until I dragged it out again.
Yeah, but I think you need to change it on your character sheet.
It is changed on my character sheet.
In your bio, like the.
Obviously not, because I can see it. On your actual character sheet? Do you want to try changing it? Okay.
Try it again.
Okay, so the conductor, whose name is Mason, by the way.
I'll be pulling the carts forward, and there's a lever over there. Can't miss it just by the big rock.
He's pointing here, of course.
Just switch it the other direction, and we'll be all good to go.
And then I just hop on while it's moving.
Well, that would probably be best.
Do that. Oops, sorry. All right. Well, you can't do that yet. You got to stay off there
I gotta
until
stay off? Okay.
he's got to move forward.
No, I've got to move forward first, and then you can throw the switch.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Let's have everybody roll 3d20s.
Oh god.
How long have we been traveling?
Hmm?
How long have we
Day,
been
day
traveling?
and a half.
Okay, so we have the long rest.
Yeah.
From when
You
we
guys
left.
had a long rest.
Yeah.
Oh great.
Yeah. Anything
Then
anything you overate has been digested. So
What about
but
my portent and the words?
sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Yay! Okay, wait. Portent. Pew. Very cool. And for word, maybe happy.
Szczęśliwy.
Oh,
Oh,
that hurts my head.
wait.
Wait till I spell it.
I would need an IPA transcription for everything, but well,
That's definitely a hard word.
I will never be happy again.
That would be funny if Polish people were genuinely very unhappy, and part of the reason is because the word to describe happiness is so hard. Yeah, that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and I thought Welsh was hard.
Szczęśliwy.
Can you say that again?
Can you
Szczęśliwy.
write it? Can you write it phonetically?
Szczęśliwy.
Leave.
Szczęśliwa. Szczęśliwa, like SHCH.
Szczęśliwy.
Don't leave her.
Szczęśliwy.
Szczęśliwa.
I love this idea. Szczęśliwy.
Leave.
Sorry, is it like a T in there?
No.
Szczęśliwy.
Szczęśliwy.
We can't hear the beginning very well. Can you write it phonetically? SCH? SHCH?
I think you hear a T. Like, I think this S said is like Staunschleva, right? Like, kind of like.
It's sh and ch.
Yeah, sh
And
sh
ch.
Schlieva. Schlieva.
Leave.
Right?
No.
You want to write it phonetically in English? Phonetic.
I don't think I can.
Oh my god! I'm gonna kill all of you. Come
It was
on.
your idea.
I just wanted Shao. Is that right? Shao to start.
Ch.
Chow Schlieva.
Szczęśliwy. Yeah.
Chauschliva.
Chauschliva.
Is that right? Chauschliva?
Sh. In front of it is sh, ch, szczęśliwy.
That's what I said. Isn't that what I said?
Szczęśliwy.
I thought it was Schlau. Or no. I will just for the entire card ride, I will just repeat the word.
Will you be quiet
still
back
not
there?
sick
I'm
of
trying
me.
to concentrate on driving this thing.
Chauschliva.
Oh yeah, that was very good.
Thank you.
I said the same exact goddamn thing.
No.
Ah! Shout Schlieva.
Yeah, that's shout, Shliva.
Shout Schlieva. No?
Schlieve.
You saying it over again doesn't help me. What? Shout Schlieva. Shout. I'm asking. So when I say shout Schlieva, what are you hearing versus what are you saying?
Szczęśliwa. Szczęśliwy.
Shut. Wait, say the beginning section.
Szy.
Ch.
Eł.
That's the sound I can't make. Is that a how? An H, like H?
Think of it as an ow. Down, Shliva.
Or do you speak
Yeah.
Polish?
Oh,
No.
Oh, you're
but
making it
that is
harder.
very good.
Fuck!
Is it kind of like that? But the N
Yeah.
isn't really like heard. It's kind of like
Yeah.
just to get you the noun sound.
All right, I'm going to
Yeah.
do this on the. All right,
Down,
enough.
Shliva.
And if you're just new to our podcast, this is Polish for non-Polish native speakers. Okay,
This is the best idea I'll ever had.
I love it.
it's nice to hear that I had a good idea. I hope it's not the only good idea.
No, but that's the best.
I forget it.
Duolingo.
Okay. As you pull forward, a hail of arrows strikes all of you.
Hey.
Yeah. The first one is going to be a with advantage, so that's what the first two rolls are, and the second one is not. So Cracker, I think one of them's going to hit you. Your
Ow.
armor class is, sorry?
15.
Yep. So that's going to hit. The first one's going to hit you. The second one isn't. Dylan, the first one obviously misses. The second one's going to hit. What's your armor class there, Charlotte?
Let me check. 12.
Okay, so both of those are going to hit you.
Uh,
Yeah. Laura, the first one's going to hit you.
Oh.
Well, I'm pretty sure, right? Your armor class is like 14 or something.
Yeah, it's also 12.
12. Okay.
Mm.
And Zanice, the first one's going to hit. Does the second one hit? Is your armor class 11? Yeah. So the second one will also hit. Now, again, those of you who get arrows hitting you, you can use your shield spell if you have it. Lilith is going to get hit twice, including one crit. So hopefully that's not the end of your game. And Byleth, what's two? Oh, those are your portents, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So for those of you who got hit, please roll a d6. And
I'll shield.
okay. Shield. So Sophie, let's see, Charlotte, your shield is going to help offset. Yeah, so none of them hit. Cracker gets one. Delin gets one. One arrow, that is. So yeah, 4 points. Actually, it's going to be 3 points for Cracker, 7 points. 6 points for Delin. Laura, you're going to get 3 points there for Byleth. And Daria, you're not using shield.
No.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So that's going to be 16 points actually. Sorry about that. And Ida, you got. So what was your armor class again, Ida?
18.
18, right? Okay. You're rolling around with your shield in front of you. I guess you are. Makes sense.
Wait, how much is your armor class?
Huh?
How much is your armor class, did you say?
She's wearing armor.
18.
She has armor and a shield.
Yes.
That's it. Give me your armor.
You can't.
Something
Well,
losers can
you
only
can.
dream of.
You can wear the armor. You just can't do anything with it. You can't like cast your spells. You can't fight proficiently. But you could put armor on. Okay, so Lilith is going to take the. Now Lilith has to roll the 2d6 because of the crit. So that's a total of 3 plus 2 because it's only the one arrow. So that's total 5 points. Well done. Good roll. Okay, I think I covered everybody. Well done there, Sophie.
Thank you.
Okay, and Soap. Well done, Soap. I feel like this is a brand we're going to have to work on. You're going to have to come up with your own line of soap or something.
Oh my god, what would the fragrance be?
Better than cracker.
Club.
Sandalwood mixed with the smell of sea salt and dying fish.
No,
And a little bit of disappointment.
you can keep the disappointment, but I don't want the fish in there.
Well, I don't know. It's just kind of, dockside, right? You got a little, you can take the girl out of the docks, but you can't take the docks out of the girl.
Come off.
Okay, there are obviously a ton of goblins. All squatting on the ledges, shooting arrows at you. We're going to just do the old turn order bit. Do you remember how to do this, Ida? Select your
Yes.
token. Okay, great. Go ahead and roll your turn order. Now, technically, you should have all been surprised, so you shouldn't have been able to roll your use your shield. But I'm going to let this one go for the sake of keeping it simple. All right, and Ida, why don't you roll a d20 for our new friends? Excellent. Thank you very much. That makes my life a lot easier. Yay! All right.
Party wipe.
And actually, thematically, that makes sense that Charlotte was able to use her reaction. It's okay, Charlotte. You're up.
Okay. I'll pull out my crossbow and fire a bolt back at them. This one.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah, you
just
just
get
just don't like the look of him, huh?
my. Where's my crossbow? Yeah.
Oh, no. Miss.
No.
Swing and a miss. Okay.
Okay.
Guess what they get to do? They all disappear. And then they fire from cover. So they're all going to have advantage again. Go ahead and roll 3 dice again, everybody. Okay. 19's going to hit. I think 11.
Shield.
I think 11 hits you too, right? With the
If I
bonuses.
don't have my shield, maybe.
I'll say you have your shield because you knew that you're heading into danger.
Then I have a 6.
Yeah. So that'll miss. So you get sorry, let me do one thing at a time. So Delin gets hit by 1. Zanice is gonna get hit by she will not get hit by 2, she'll get hit by 1. Sorry, what were you gonna say, Laura?
I would like to use the
Portent.
portent for the one with advantage.
Okay.
So 1d20.
Okay, right. But what's your armor class?
12.
What?
12.
It still hits.
Oh no.
The 8 still hits.
Okay.
But the 2 doesn't hit. So you
Good.
managed to get away with just 1. Okay. So what was I saying? Zanice gets hit by 1. Delin gets hit by 2. Lilith gets hit by 2 with another crit. Oh my god, you're killing yourself, Ida.
Yep.
Cracker gets hit by 2. And Charlotte's going to get hit by 1. Right. Yep, that sounds right. Okay. Go ahead and roll the damages on yourself. For those of you keeping track. Sorry there, Ida. Oh no!
Oh,
I'm
Okay.
down.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Okay. So, Henrietta, you're going to add 2 for each arrow. So, Henrietta, you add, you're taking 13 there, Delin. Yep. Lilith is going to take. Now, unfortunately, how many hit points does Lilith have altogether to start?
I'm down. I'm
Yeah, I know, but were you down after the first arrow? So after 8 points, or were you down after the second arrow?
First arrow.
Yeah.
I think if it's a 6.
Yeah. So
Yep.
6 plus 2 is 8, and you already had 3 points of damage, or 5 points of damage.
You said 5 earlier.
Yeah, so you're unconscious, and you take another arrow to the chest as you lay there.
Mm-hmm.
So just as a reminder, that's actually crit fail. So you've got a death fail already. Daria's going to take. Sorry, Zanice is going to take 8.
Doesn't matter. I'm down.
Okay. Goblins are deadly. People forget that. Okay. Byleth takes 7. Sophie takes 7. So Charlotte takes 7. Landudno takes 7. And Cracker takes 7. Not raging yet. Okay, Delin, your turn. You all have the good berries, of course.
Yeah.
We should do that. I'm going to make clear that you can do that, but you should do that beginning, just so we all know, because I don't think Ida knows.
Yeah, it's just hard to remember when we kind of travel for multiple
Okay.
days and then suddenly we're in combat. Well,
Well, people remembered you asked me if you were in, if you took a long rest, somebody did their portent, so.
I am going to use my healing word on Lilith.
Excellent.
So that's 9. And then I am going to just throw a reduce flame on this one.
Okay.
15.
Yeah, he just explodes in fire and screams and falls off the ledge.
Good.
Don't forget, you guys can take cover. You can move. Anything else for Delin?
No, I think I'm going to kind of just stand up here. Make me a biggie target.
Okay, smart. Okay, Ida. Lilith is she's conscious again. She's laying on her back, which means you can stand up, but it takes half your movement. So if you had 35 to begin with, you now have 15 remaining. And you have your full action, so you can still do whatever you want.
Yes.
What would you like to do?
Can we see them, or are they hiding?
Oh, so they all hide. They all hide first, and then they shoot from cover, and then they become visible. So now you can see them. They could be hiding later, and then you wouldn't be able to see them. But once they've fired, they become visible.
Then I would do the Toll the Dead
Okay.
against the one closest to me.
Just left click on it on the image and then hold down so that it pings, so I know which one you're referring to. Good. Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll the Toll the Dead. Click on Toll the Dead, roll it, and then you can roll the saving throw for him.
And saving throw is a
Everything's a
D20.
D20.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh, you are on fire with the 20s, though.
yeah.
All right. Okay, so he shakes it off. You all hear the sound of this loud bell, but nothing happens. Byleth.
Okay.
No, sorry. Does Lilith want to move? You can try to get cover. Remember, think tactically here.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably try. I would try to hide behind the barrels, like under them.
Okay. I mean, I'm not going to give you the hide action because that's actually an action, but you can
Yeah,
certainly
so-
stand behind them and get partial cover or squat down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll say you get a +2 to armor class for half cover. Just remind me now your armor class is temporarily higher by 2 because you're hiding behind some barrels. Okay?
Mhm.
All right. Byleth.
Yes. Okay. I want to fireball. I guess. Around this so that I can get
Yeah.
all six of them.
Sure, why not?
Yay! Okay, great.
Just
yeah.
roll the damage.
Fireball.
Oh. And they all crisp up.
Yes.
Nice.
Ah.
A huge explosion of fire. You feel the heat rush past all of your hair. It even tickles Byleth's mustache a little bit. And you just hear 6 goblins scream as they explode and fall to their deaths, looking like little bits of barbecue.
Served. Okay. And then I will also do what Lilith did and duck and try to get a bit of cover.
Okay. Cracker. Excellent.
I'm going to run here and throw a good berry in Zanice's mouth.
Ah, excellent. That's your action.
Yep, that's my action.
Anything else?
And I have a little bit more movement, so I'll just stand here so I'm more of a hello, look at me.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm raging.
And you're raging.
Ah!
Excellent. Okay. Now these
Sorry, I wasn't
walls
gonna
are
rage before I run.
No, that's fine. These you're sort of in a small canyon. It's only about 20 feet up, so it's not impossible for you to climb. Especially if you're raging. Zanice, you are awake on your back.
A question: if I don't stand up, do I get a cover?
Yes. They
So
have disadvantage to shoot you while you are on the ground.
I'm not gonna stand up, but I'm gonna cast False Life on myself.
Excellent. All right. Very nice. So you have 1 regular hit point and you have 6 sort of temporary hit points. Terrific. You gonna move?
I'm not standing up. I'm not moving. I'm taking cover.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, you could also move and then lie down
Nah.
for free. Okay. All right. Very good. Good tactical thinking, Daria. All right. Sophie, it is Charlotte's turn.
Okay. I will see. I will run. Actually, no. You know what? I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to use Magic Missile
Mm.
on this one.
Yeah.
see. Pew. Pew.
Okay, and with the third one, he goes down. Do you any description?
They pierce through his torso and go out the other side, and he just collapses with like 3 holes in his chest.
Mm.
And see
And
through.
yeah, you see through him, and he collapses, and then the two standing next to him kind of go, "Ooh,
And then I take cover.
well done." Okay, so we've eliminated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them already. Let's see. Laura, since you wiped out 6 all at once, why don't you roll a d20 to see if they lose their morale check?
12.
Hmm. I feel like that's probably strong enough for them to stay in the fight for a little while longer. So they will continue to attack. So that was 8 of them. We had 12 attacking technically. So why don't we have the others are going, some of them are going to back off actually. And they're all going to bonus action hide. And you won't see them, although technically they're still there. Delin. Well, actually, they'll attack first and then bonus action hide. So let's have 4 attacks. The ones who are trying to hide, like Zanice and Charlotte, will not be targeted. And it'll be 1 arrow against Byleth, Cracker, Delin. I guess Delin will get 2 because she's standing on top of the barrel, so she's the biggest target.
But they are shooting before hiding, right?
Yes, it's
Yep.
just a 1d20 roll.
2 for me, right? Because I get 2.
2 for you.
Yep.
Yeah, 2 arrows. Yeah.
Oh my god. A 1
So
and a
Byleth
20.
only gets Byleth gets hit by 1 arrow.
Hmm.
Yeah, Delin's gonna get a crit.
Mhm.
Cracker is not gonna get hit.
Wait, you said 1 arrow for me or 2?
1.
Okay.
Very good. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's right. So go ahead and roll your damage. Byleth is gonna get hit as well, so that's 1d6.
Oh, sorry, it should just be 1.
No, you got a crit though.
Yeah, but isn't that double the dice? Or is it 2 dice?
Well, the rules are you roll all the dice twice.
Oh, okay.
Some people do use a double thing, but I feel like that's not really as much fun as rolling 2 dice. So, and it is the rules. So Byleth's going to take 6. Delin is going to take 9. Okay, and Delin, it's your turn.
And they're all hidden, right?
Now they're all hidden.
Yeah. Bastards.
Yeah, isn't that terrible?
Mm-hmm. I am going to roll a healing word towards Denise.
Mm.
Just a level 1 to start. That's 5.
Okay.
And can I move up here? Oh, sorry, I need to up here. Can I get up there?
Sorry, to get up where?
There.
Oh, so you'll have to drop down, which is no problem. 5 feet of movement, and then that's basically the same level as the other guy. So you'll have to climb up 20 feet. So 5 feet to get down, and then it's 20 feet climbing at difficult terrain. So double distance.
How much can I see over the top here by standing on top of the barrels?
No, the mine cart is not that high. It's with the barrels and everything else, you're probably about 5 feet off the ground. Maybe with your height, I'd say generously, you're sort of at like 10 to 15 feet.
Well, I'm just gonna cast. No, I can't cast that. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna ready up to produce flame as soon as I see one of them in range.
Excellent. All right, Lilith.
Yes. When I got the healing words earlier, did I get up in the hit points? Like,
Yeah, so that's what she's your total permanent total hasn't changed, but your current total increased by the amount of the healing word.
yeah.
So if it
Perfect.
if it equal or exceeded your total maximum, then you're at you're at full health.
Yeah, perfect. Just
Are you at full health?
no, almost.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, we don't specify how much detail.
Oh.
Just if you are if you are fully healed, I would take the red dot off you, or you can take it off yourself. So this indicates injured.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to do, Lilith?
So we can't see them. I would hide.
You're gonna take the action to hide?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Very good. Go ahead and roll your stealth check. Yeah, so you have disadvantage. It's cool that Roll20 does that. I didn't even know they did. So you rolled an 8, which is not great. Now you are a wood elf, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't you have something that maybe could offset that?
The perception? No.
No. There's you've got a Mask of the Wild or something. Left click on it in your abilities.
Oh yeah, there.
Okay, so I'm going to say that this is darkness, so it's not technically the same. So I won't allow it here because they have dark vision, but otherwise you should keep in mind that you can potentially use that. So it's always good to ask me. Okay.
Yes.
Good. All right. Byleth, your turn.
Yes. Okay. I can't see the goblins at all, right? They're
You can't see them, but they're certainly within range. Fireball.
well.
Hint.
Well. I could fireball.
You hear something?
I had something. Fireball.
Who keeps
I had
whispering in my
something else
ear?
in mind, but maybe fireball is really the solution to everything.
It really is the solution to everything.
Well, I could hit like
Fireball.
Huh.
Yeah, do it. Fucking
Space.
do it.
Okay. I will. I wanted to do something else, but I think.
No, I'm just
that's
kidding. Go ahead and do what you want. Yeah, seriously.
But now fireball sounds so good.
Well, you're not exactly sure where they are, so.
Yeah.
You're not exactly sure where they are, but you don't need to see them. It goes around corners. Post it.
Yeah.
It's one of the few
Right?
indirect spells.
Yeah, but
So
You
nice.
only need to see the location where you want to launch the fireball.
Okay. Well, I saw some over here. So, I don't know. Maybe to scare them off so that they finally leave, I will just, taunt them and throw my fireball. Yeah. Like this, I guess.
Okay.
Or, like in that direction. So,
Sure.
yay.
Yeah. All right. So there were 5 in that general area. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you randomly roll to see how many of them ran into or out of the zone of your fireball. Now, since your fireball covered 40 feet diameter, and this diameter is approximately double that, I'm going to say everybody has a 50-50 chance of being either within your zone or outside of it.
Okay.
So you go ahead and roll a d20. You can choose high or low, and up to 5 of them can be engulfed or none, depending on whether or not they all ran outside of your range by just randomly.
Okay, so 5 d20s, right?
Yeah, 5 d20s, and you choose if it's high or low. That's going to be in your zone.
I'm gonna say low.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3 of them. You hear screams.
Yeah. Leave us alone. Stinky goblins.
We're
Okay.
not stinky. You're stinky.
No, not. And I'm trying to hide again, or take partial cover.
Okay. Just before Cracker goes, Mason shouts, "You've got to throw the switch. We've got to get out of here."
Okay. Well, that's clear. So Cracker runs back to the switch and throws the switch.
All right. She is raging, so go ahead and roll a strength athletics check with advantage.
And I'm kind of hoping that while I'm doing this, I'm looking so strong, I'm somewhat intimidating.
For what
23.
purpose?
Oh, to scare the rest of them off, because they can see us. They might be hiding, but
The muscles.
the muscles.
Okay.
The bulging, veiny muscles.
Can I say something while I flip the switch, or is that my whole action?
Yeah, you could say like 1 word, 2 words.
Run, you buggers!
That's 3 words.
Okay, not even just like all in one. Okay.
All right.
Run,
Buggers.
buggers!
He's so strict. Okay. Very good. Yeah, you've thrown the switch.
And I hop on.
creaking, and you hop on, and you hear the creaking. It's actually really stuck. You suspect it might even have been deliberately rusted. But you're so strong that you just overpower it, and it switches over. Zanice, your turn.
I'm gonna ready firebolt if I see any goblin in range.
Excellent. Okay. Charlotte.
I'll also ready my crossbow in
Okay.
case I see any goblins pop out.
Excellent. All right. Well, a bunch of them do pop out. The survivors of the original the second fireball attack, those that hid, they're all hiding, so they're all going to attack with advantage again. And there's a few more that show up that didn't attack the first time around. It'll be the same as before. Everybody roll 3d20s. Yes.
Just a question.
Yes.
As I lay down, do they have disadvantage?
They still have disadvantage, yes. So that'll be just a normal attack for the first one. And the second one will be at disadvantage. So we'll just use the same 3d20s. Anybody else who laid down as well, anybody who's just hiding in the boxes, you get a +2 to armor class. So just remind me of that. And yes, Sophie, Charlotte's attack will hit. It won't kill one. So he's still going to get his attack off. And anybody else who, Zanish, you go ahead, and Daria, you go ahead and roll that attack for the other guy. Okay, so that 10's going to miss. 13 is going to hit, but not until after the attack is resolved. So that's also wounded. We'll just say that one's wounded. Okay. All right. So Delin is not she's not laying down.
No.
So that's
Still standing. I'm still standing.
There you go. So one of them is going to hit. Second one's going to hit.
I have 16.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No. All right. Cracker. Looks like both of those will hit.
Yep.
Lilith. Oh my God. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ. You are.
I tried to hide.
You did try to hide. You did try to hide. You could have also laid down,
Yeah.
which would have helped things a little bit, but not in this case. It was still would have made. All right. So you get 2d6 there. Daria, you're going to get. I think that's going to still hit you for one of them. Wait, sorry. Are you? You're laying down. You're laying down, right? So that's the first one's going to be natural 2, and then the second one is. I'm confused now. The second one is going to be disadvantaged. So both of them are going to miss.
Okay.
Good job. Well done, Daria. And then Violet is not laying down, right? So
I'm
So
just
the f-
hiding behind them.
you're
So
well, you're sort of sitting behind some boxes, so you get a +2 to bonus, right?
yeah, but
Okay.
it's still gonna hit me less.
So yeah, so that's still going to hit you. One of them's still going to hit you. So 1d6.
Yes.
Oh, Charlotte, Sophie, you're using your shield?
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You
Just
skipped me.
declare it. Oh, did I? I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. So the 17 with their bonus, and your armor class being 11 plus the 5, it's still going to hit. The second one won't. So you get hit by 1.
Okay.
Okay, so everybody roll your damage. Add +2 to the roll for each die. Good rolls, nice and low. That's what we like to see. Uh-oh.
Ida. Jesus.
Does Lilith
Do you
Lilith
want
say
to die?
anything?
Seems like it.
11 points. Yikes. Yes. Well, how many hit points did Lilith have?
4.
Uh-oh. Okay. So she is unconscious. All right. Delin, your turn.
Yep. I'm gonna heal Lilith again.
It gets more fun, trust me, Ida. You just
That's 8 points of healing.
There you go. There you go. You have 8 points now.
And
Um,
let's see.
So, Ida, can I just be clear? You only had 4 points. I think you should have had more. So when you go to 0 or below, you're just at 0. You don't
Yeah.
count the negative.
No, I didn't.
But Henrietta, when she did healing word last time, didn't she roll like 9 hit points or something?
Yes.
So you should have had at least 9.
Yes, I did have 9.
Oh, and you were hit another time?
Now with 11.
So how did you have only 4 hit points?
I didn't.
I thought you said 4.
No.
Okay.
No, I asked before
Oh.
the hit.
Okay. Yes, before the hit, you had 9 hit points.
Yes.
Okay, right. So communication.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, now
All
she has
right.
8 more.
Well done, Henrietta. Another 8
And
points.
I'm going to do my produced flame again. Can't do much.
Well, Lilith is doing a great job drawing a lot of arrows. She's collecting arrows. So for those of you worried about running out of arrows, she now has a whole bunch stuck in her.
Yeah.
All right, Lilith. You are awake. You are
Yes.
awake on your back again. It seems like it's always in this position.
Yes.
You can get up, you can use an action, you can attack somebody.
I'm thinking if I should try the guiding bolt.
Yeah, give it a shot. Why not? Always think about your action in between turns so that when it's your
Yeah.
turn, you're ready to go.
Yes.
Otherwise, you could heal somebody. I mean, you know, you've got healing spells too, so
Yeah.
but that's not fun.
Is someone what
Uh,
was the word? Blooding,
go,
blooded.
yeah, go ahead and just attack. Just roll one attack for fun. There's a whole bunch of goblins you can hit.
Yeah,
This,
I'm
this
gonna.
guy's in range. This guy's in range. This guy's wounded. This guy's wounded.
I'm gonna go for that one.
Okay, the wounded one. Yep.
Yeah.
You might as well go for the unwounded one because, actually, to be honest,
Oh yeah.
it does so much damage that you probably would kill him. Click on the spell.
And I
Let's-
would pinch my left arm and point at him and say, "You should suffer."
Pew! It misses, but it was a good try.
Yeah.
He's definitely a little bit wary now, so he's looking at you like he's got the 2 fingers in front of his eyes, and then 2 fingers toward you, and then 2 fingers back to him, and 2 fingers toward you. This goes on for a time. All right. Byleth.
Yes. Okay. No more fireball,
No
unfortunately.
more fireball.
I'm useless. Okay. So now I thinking about who to hit. But they're not hiding, right?
They're not hiding. They're all visible.
Okay. Then I think I will just attack that one.
Okay.
That one.
All right.
With my toll that injured.
Okay.
Try to kill it.
Forgot you can do that.
Yeah.
Wisdom save.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Die.
No! Yes. And then it just collapses. You see
Very nice
blood coming out of
wisdom.
its ears. All
Beautiful sight.
right. It is a beautiful sight. See, even the switch moved. Okay, Cracker.
Okay, I have a question. I don't have this mounted on my sheet as a weapon, but I have a
Uh-huh.
Molotov cocktail, and Dylan has produced flame up. And I'm thinking if I can jump to this cart, I can easily whip past her. Oh, what's happening here?
What's going on?
It's moving. Go ahead. Throw it.
Oh, we're going that way. Oh, I thought we are going this way.
No, that was the whole
Oh.
point. You had to throw the switch so he can go
And
back
then
the
back
other way.
up and that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But I don't know how far I can throw it.
30
I-
feet without, 60 with disadvantage.
Okay. Maybe it's too far.
No, go for it. It's a saving throw, so I'm just going to say they all have advantage on saving throws because you're missing.
Okay. I come back here. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to land on your face there.
You could also wait until you get closer to these guys. It's like, it's like a ride at Disney World. As you pass the little people in the small world exhibit, you just sort of
Well, it
throw a
takes-
couple of coins at them.
How long can I hold it before it explodes in my hand?
Well,
Okay.
it's like your action, right?
Yeah, right. Okay, so oh, we're already there.
Violet.
This is great. Okay, I light the
She
I
fell off.
run to Dylan, I light the Molotov cocktail and I throw it. So it's a ranged sort of attack. I
Yeah.
only know what to just D20.
Well, go ahead and roll the damage.
Which is I think 1d6 plus 1 splash damage, right?
Is that
And
what I
it's
said?
Oh, no, sorry, what did you say?
If you didn't write it down,
I'm so excited. I just forgot. I looked it up and I'm like,
It's
1d6.
it's good that you have it, but it's so first of all, it's not a Molotov cocktail because there is no such person.
Okay.
Secondly, I believe it was 4d6 damage.
46?
Yeah, and it's a dexterity saving throw for half damage. So that's a total of 9 points of damage. You got 3 dex saves to go for these
1,
guys.
2, 3. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's too far.
Well, and what's the distance here? And I think I said it was like 30
Yeah, 30
feet,
feet.
60 feet. So it'll be advantage save for all of them. Well, actually, as some of the barrels are trying to make a getaway. And you're dragging some of the bodies. God, if this guy was charging me, I'd want my money back. God, golly, what is going on?
I know, it's like group.
I know, it's not doing it. It's not listening. Fuck it. The switch goes with you. Okay, 2 of these guys will have normal saves, and one of them is going to save with disadvantage. So you go ahead and roll the... Oh, one of them... Just roll the first one again.
6.
Okay, so he's going to die. He explodes in fire. And this one also explodes in fire. And one of them is going to survive and look very
Oh.
badly burned and shake his fist at you.
I shake my fist back. That was good whiskey.
Yeah. All right. Zanice, you get the last shot as you guys are exiting the area.
Mine's Silver, not the injured one.
Oh, right. Go ahead and roll his save. And his head just literally explodes. And the rest of you make your getaway. And as you escape, you see a small, older goblin stand up and shake a fist at you. You feel like today's fight was just the first skirmish in a lifelong, burning hatred of vengeance kind of a feud. But maybe you'll never come back here again. So who cares?
Not our problem.
I'm gonna do a kissing mouth. Mockingly. Bye.
I'm gonna moon her.
You do.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna moon him.
Cracker with her super toned buttocks flexes her glutes, and all the goblins gasp. Some of them in appreciation, some of them in hatred. Very good. Well done, everybody. You all survived, sorta. Yay! And you are back on your way.
I didn't even get the wild shape.
I know. Well,
I think I need to begin to prepare cure wounds. Because I always need to use my bonus action to heal. Then I can never turn into wild shape.
Well, at the end of the day, it's all a question of whether or not you want to do this or that. That's the limitation, is the action economy. So, well, Ida, thank you very much. You, it's always tough first time out, but you did well. You comported yourself. You survived, barely.
Barely.
You were
You-
brilliant,
you-
Meat Shield.
Yeah. Lilith will level up to level 2, so she'll be a little bit tougher to hit next time, a little tougher to kill. And if you can prepare your character sheet, I think you already did, but just in case, double check everything and run it past me as soon as you can. Hopefully before Saturday, just so I have a chance to look at it. That would be great.
Yes.
Mason shouts over the back of his shoulder, or as he's looking towards the front of the cart, which is now where the cool kids were hiding out before. Let me know if you see any more goblins.
Aye.
Will do.
Funny how they didn't shoot at me at all.
Yeah. Lucky bastard.
I was too good looking.
Wow.
Arrow magnet.
Yeah. Did you say arrogant? Oh,
Arrow
magnet.
magnet.
Oh, sorry.
She's an arrow magnet.
She sure is.
Or an arrow holder. If you need arrows, go to Lilith.
Plink, plink, plink. Yeah, you can recover 1/2 of all the arrows that were spent. So if anybody got hit by an arrow, there's a 50-50 chance you can recover it in case anyone
Okay.
needs arrows.
I'll take that.
All right. I will bid you all adieu. Sorry for running over a little bit. I think we had fun though.
Yeah, we did.
Yep.
And I shall see you all next Sunday. Yeah, next everybody. Okay.
Yay.
Terrific. All right.
Yay.
Have a nice
Thank
week,
you.
everyone.
You too.
Okay.
You too.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
That was
Bye-bye.
fun.
Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.